Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, they got the host of all things AEW. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Two Cold in the building. Broski, what's good?
Man, nothing much, man. Just sitting here getting ready to talk over this AEW review of last night's Dynamite, man.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, let's go ahead and kick into this thing, man. I'm good. We got a little bit of wrestling going on this weekend. We were supposed to do the prediction show earlier, but we found out the show was going to be canceled, so we weren't sure where they were going to do it. And then we found out later. Well, I just found out now they're doing it at the Performance Center. But we'll get that in tomorrow. We'll make sure we get our prediction show in tomorrow. But tonight, man, right? But tonight we definitely gonna get the AEW review in. Starting off, man, with Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal ended up picking up the interference. Picking up the win with the interference from who people thought might have been Sting, but it wasn't Sting. I don't even know why people thought Sting would dress up like that. But I guess come on, everybody's trying to imitate Sting. You should know Sting by now. But it was an old rivalry of Darby Allin's. I didn't write the guy's name down. But Jay Lethal ended up getting a victory. What you think of the match?
I thought the match was all right. It was cool to see Darby Allin wrestling for the first time in a while. Cool to see Jay Lethal doing something with somebody different like a Darby Allin. My whole thing was, like you said, the story was more so what happened at the end of the match, not the match itself. I knew that wasn't Sting from a mile away. So the fact that anybody thought that was Sting, I'm like, nah. First of all, Sting at that skinny, and two, Sting don't wear a mask. But it is what it is. But other than that, man, the match was cool. I think one of the cool spots that happened was when Darby Allin, man, he did a whole cannonball suicide dive to the outside of the ring, and he bounced off Singh. I believe, I can't remember what his full name is, but he bounced off Big Dude, man. The Big Dude was unfazed. But other than that, man, I'm just I'm kind of confused about what happened after the match. That was my thing, because we just seen dude in WWE. And then, I'm trying to figure out exactly what his role is in AEW. But Tuco, man, I'm gonna let you tell the people what happened, because I'm kind of confused. I'm not upset. I'm just kind of confused on the purpose of
about who?
What happened after the match.
Oh, you talking about when Jeff Jarrett made his debut and
yeah, I'm confused on what the hell.
I don't know, man. I mean, he's there to be the director or something. Did
they air picture off my boy? Because I could have sworn he's supposed to be like the director of live events for WWE. Like,
well, they kind of did, but because I think they did let him go like 2 weeks after he did the what's the name match, the refereeing for the title match at SummerSlam. So I think he did get let go after that, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see where it goes. And then him hitting Darby Allin, I don't know. I guess he's gonna have a match or whatever. I hope it's not Sting that he has a match with. I don't want to see Sting versus Jeff Jarrett in 2022. No. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even want to see Darby Allin and Jeff Jarrett in 2022. But I don't know. I don't know. That one's gonna take a minute. For me, that's gonna take a minute. I'm not really sure where I want to go with that one. Next up, man, we got Lee Moriarty getting his ass whooped by Moxley, but of course, Ethan Page came out and attacked Moxley, and of course that may be setting up Ethan Page going up against Moxley, which I'm not mad about. There was no MJF on this show. I guess he's selling the beat down from last week, since he did get power bombed through a proper table this time. Then we had Saraya saying that there was like one more doctor she had to consult before she could tell people if she can officially wrestle. So we're going to get that face to face with Dr. Britt Baker next week. The Acclaim came out to celebrate Daddy Ass's birthday. They Acclaim fashion, they were cool. They did they want to. But eventually the sons came back out to beat up the adopted sons. And W.B. Morrison, he helped out. So, they squashed them down. But FTR came out to, to the saving grace as the 7-star FTR does. Bro, what's your thoughts about this promo, man, with the Acclaim and now the Ass Boys or the Firm as they want to be called?
Yeah. don't I don't know, man. All right, so I understand what it is with the claimed and the ass boys. I get it, the firm and all that, yada yada yada. But
Right, right,
it's
right.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like I liked the firm at first, when they first got together, and I thought, Morrissey and Page, and then of course you got Stokely as a mouthpiece. I thought that would have been something good. Maybe it's just been the way they've been booked so far, but I'm very quickly getting disinterested in the firm. And I don't know what it is. Like I don't think it's any one individual thing or people. As far as the ass boys, I get their angle with Billy Gunn and Acclaimed and whatever. That's cool, but I just don't care to see those two versus the Acclaim. Give me Ethan Page and give me Morrissey. That's cool, but I don't know, man. Just Austin and Colton Gunn, they don't do nothing for me in this situation. I don't know, and I don't know, maybe it's because I just expect that Claim to whoop their ass and just own this rivalry. But I don't
Right.
know, man. It's not really hitting for me. I ain't gonna lie to
No,
you.
I think that the thing is because this is Billy Gunn's kids, and
Yeah, yeah,
nobody really sees too much out of them other than being Billy Gunn's kids. So I'm hoping, being with the firm will get them out of that light a little bit. They just need to take a little bit more of a more direct approach, I guess, or not be so jokey all the time. Be a little more serious. I think if they become a little more serious and not, the same kind of sophomore kind of assholes that they are, I think maybe that'll change a little bit. I'm not saying that'll be the definite thing to put them over, but I think they need a little bit more of a change to their attitude. And the whole Lee Moriarty aspect of it, he's just so overly cocky that he's just he ain't that good. Like he's good, but he ain't there yet. So I don't know. I want Stokely to make more of it because
yeah.
I have confidence in him. I think he could do something with it. I think WB Morrison and Ethan Page will truly be the faces of this thing. Maybe just right now you kind of got the numbers game just to play the numbers game. All
Yeah,
right.
and last thing, 'cause I know we're gonna
No, go ahead.
move on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, my thing is too, much like they Acclaimed. I really hope the Guns. I mean, obviously, Billy probably got them through the door, sure, but I do truly believe there's something there. So I hope they prove me wrong, much like they Acclaimed. I don't want anybody to think like, oh, like dude,
And
even
that's
the
why.
worst wrestlers wrestle better than my ass. I'm just here giving the honest opinion because it's a podcast and this is what we do. But I hope they prove me wrong because I do want to see them do good because that's more people in AEW to look forward to seeing in the ring.
The As Boys, I hope they don't fall into private parties kind of obscurity. Where you look at a team like the Acclaim, you look at
Yeah,
the team like Top Flight, Dante Martin and his brother. They were actually a team a lot of
yeah,
people were really looking into until his brother got hurt, and then you just started seeing more of Dante. So there was a
yeah,
couple of teams that came in, and people are like, "Yo, we like these teams." And then there were a couple of teams that just, y'all just, y'all the Varsity Blondes, the gun club, Private Party, like those guys didn't get over. Like they had a fan base. Was going, Kevin. They had a fan base, but even that fan base wasn't really fucking with them all like that. So now, when I really look at the gun club, I think they could do something because they're
yeah,
not bad in the ring. That's the thing; they're not
yeah,
bad in the ring. Um, but I think they need an attitude. They need to turn their attitude up a little bit and be taken a little more serious. But we'll wait and see. Next up, man, we got Chris Jericho defending against another former Ring of Honor champion, and this time it is Colt
yeah,
Cabana. Boy, oh
yeah,
boy, CM Punk must truly be going out of AEW because we ain't seen
yeah.
Colt Cabana really since CM Punk came in, and now look and see who's back. Uh, by the way, we also got another elite promo with them beating the Death Triangle for the championships or winning them and then losing them. So we'll see where that happens. But Cole Cabana, man, Cole Cabana is solid in the ring. The guy knows how to
Oh,
work. He's an
yeah,
oddball kind of character, but he knows how to work in the ring. What you think of the match?
First of all, I want to say this. It was funny because on Twitter when Coco Cabana came back, somebody was like, "Man, Tony Khan didn't book a match. He booked a diss track," and I started rolling because, like you said, you ain't seen Coco Cabana since CM Punk came in AEW, and that okay. Before I talk about the match, because that part ain't gonna be long, dude, seeing the reaction on his face when he came out and seeing how the crowd, dude, I love when the camera was panning to different people in the crowd, and the crowd was really rocking with Cola. They showed my guy a lot of love. It's no secret. You and I, we're not the biggest Coca Banda fans. We said this in the past, but you know what? I can appreciate the moment. And the fact is, we all know, or we think we know, or we heard rumblings of what happened with him and CM Punk in the past, and then what happened at the press, the media scrum a few months ago, and then now, people thinking that CM Punk possibly blackball Coca Band and not Coca Band is back, and the rumors of CM Punk not returning seemingly looks like it may be even more true and even more visible now. So for him going into this match, nobody thought he was beating Chris Jericho, but I thought it was cool, man, because nobody was expecting him out of all people. Like you said, we ain't seen dude what since 2021. It's damn near about to be 2023, and he's coming in
Yeah.
fighting Chris Jericho for the ROH championship. So, nah, man, shout out to Tony Khan, man. I don't know what the talks or the proceedings were for that match to happen, but shout out to TK, man. I think that was cool. Even if I don't see Cole Cabana for the rest of the year, I thought that was a class act. As far as the match itself, Chris Jericho again doing what he do, bringing on. I'm not bringing honor, bringing prestige and bringing attention to the ROH
Bringing
championship.
dishonor. He's bringing
Bring it
dishonor to the
down.
Ring of
Yes,
Honor.
thank you, thank you. I was slipping up on my words there, but he's bringing that attention, right? And at first, when Chris Jericho won it, I really didn't know how to feel because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
really, Chris Jericho? But okay, if you're gonna go out there week after week after week, and you're gonna continue to fight Ring of Honor guys, bro, you know what? I ain't got nothing to say against it, man. Again, the Ocho, the demo guy, the Ayatollah, Chris Jericho doing what he do.
All right, man. So Jericho picked up that victory. We got Orange Cassidy versus Ray Phoenix versus
Yeah,
Luchasaurus for the Mid Atlantic Championship.
yes, sir.
Again, another good triple threat match, man. Guys, hitting the spots, doing what they do. I always go crazy for Orange Cassidy or a Ray Phoenix match. You gonna put both of these guys together in the ring, and he gonna give me a athletic giant that took a nice little spiel from Jungle Boy off the stage through a table. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, man, that was a pretty decent match. And then we got Shibata, who happens to come out after Orange Cassidy picks up that victory. And apparently, we're going to get an Orange Cassidy versus Shibata for Rampage this Friday, tomorrow. Bro, quick thoughts before we move on to Rick Ross. Oh, I know that was terrible. I know that was
Hey,
terrible.
hey. First of all, Shibata got
Don't be
the
nodding your head
sexiest.
over there in approval.
Hey, Shibata got the sexiest theme music I've ever heard, man. When my boy came out, bro, I could have swore, man, I was about to get ready to listen to one of them late night videos, boy. My boy Interest music had me thinking Lou Rawls was about to start singing to me. I'm like,
Boy,
quiet storm vibes. I like it. But no,
right.
hey, look, the crowd went crazy. Again, that's gonna be Cassidy's dream match, so that's cool. But hey, yo, man, another meme of the night, another talk of the internet. You said it. The biggest boss, Ricky Rose, was acting the goddamn fool, man. Talk to the people.
Oh, no, man, because I missed this part. I know he was on there, but I missed this part,
Oh,
man. So if you know
all
what
right,
happened,
all right, man. So long story short, man, they were we had Keith Lee, we had Swerve Strickland in the back, and Tony Schiavone, introduced Rick Ross, and Rick Ross was already on one. I could tell this segment was going off the rails as soon as he corrected Tony Schiavone. So Tony introduced my boy Rick Ross, and Rick stopped up in the middle of talking like, hey. It's the biggest boss, Ricky Ross. And then, bro, every time Swerve was trying to cut a promo or say something, Rose, bro, just accusations, allegedly. And he just kept cutting like, bro, like, no. And you could tell Swerve and, keep Lee trying to keep it together. They're like, bro, like, you just supposed to be here for, notoriety, bro. This ain't your promo. And the whole thing just kind of blew up on the internet, man. But hey, look, you
wow.
know, yeah, bro. It was
I wonder if that's
yeah.
as bad as Rick Ross taking a shit on the 85 South show and then leaving.
Hey, hey, accusations. Hey,
Accusations.
okay. Hold on. Look, I know we talk about AEW, but speaking of that, did you hear his explanation for that?
Yeah, he had to go. He got a phone call or some shit like that. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Bro,
yeah. Oh, I
how do you
watched
get
it.
a
Yeah,
phone
I
call?
watched it. I watched it.
I was like, bro, how do you get a phone call for get you on a whole ass interview and just walk out? Like you
Right,
do know you
and
never
don't
walk
even
out.
say. It didn't even say nothing. Didn't even say nothing to him. Just walked right past him. Walked right past him on the camera and walked out. Thought maybe dude was going outside to get something or something. The boy just dipped. Oh yeah, he gone. He gone. What? Man, yeah, that was something else. But yeah, I'm glad I missed this segment there because I didn't need to see that. Jade Cargill beat up Shafir real easily. She got her 41st victory. Uh, they
Ooh,
did a rebirth, a burial, a burning of the House of
yes,
Black, and a
yes,
rebirth. And I'm
yes,
wondering, like, which I think now kind of answers the question of people wondering, oh, is Malachi Black going back to WWE? Apparently not. Apparently he's not. Apparently he is still in AEW. Okay,
yes,
they're repackaging them up a little bit to come back even stronger. Okay, let's see where it goes. Because definitely, if you bring it back these trio teams and you got a trios championship, I actually like where this is going. Because
yeah,
man, I'm already liking about there's about three or four, at least about five good trios teams. I'm already, I'm good with,
right,
just off the just thinking off the back of the head. So yeah, yeah, okay. Let's see where this go. I mean, we'll once they figure out Ring of Honor and they get those Ring of Honor championships out of there, I
yeah,
think it'll balance itself out a little more. But we got that going on, and then of course, man, in the end, man, we got Brian Cage going up against Samoa Joe for the the Ring of Honor championship. Ah, uh, not gonna lie. Um, if I had to say it, and I don't really say that too often, I would have
bro.
to say I would have to say the Warlow and Cage match might have been better than this one.
Mm.
What up, bro? What your thoughts, man? What your thoughts? Felt like this was better methodical
No, no,
because
no, no.
Joe was a little bit more or less physical. I mean, not physical, but more methodical in his attacks.
I like this one. I like this one. I liked it. Uh, but I must agree. I think the Warlow match was a little better.
Mm, okay,
I,
okay.
I do think it was a little better. Um, it's hurt my feelings, man, to say this,
Man,
because I
speak your
can.
mind, man, because that's the end of the show, man. We ain't got nothing to talk about. That's the end of the show. So let's just talk to the people for a minute, man. So
Fro
speak
says
your
what
mind.
to talk about. We know we covering this dynamite real quick, Fro. Uh, okay, so
Samoa Joe versus Brian Cage, Ring of Honor Championship, the main event match from last night.
Brian Cage had a hell of a match. Brian Cage
Okay.
did the damn thing. I'm glad to see him. I felt like though, Samoa Joe. It was I feel like to me, and it could be because of the injury, you know what I'm saying, or the past injuries, but I felt like in this one, I just didn't get that same tenacious Samoa Joe that I'm used to getting. And I get it. I get it. You got to protect them, all the concussion protocols and all the injuries. I
Yeah.
get it. But I don't know, man. Just knowing who Brian Cage is and who Samoa Joe was, I just feel like this match, the hype I had for it, maybe the match isn't as bad as I'm feeling it was. But Fro says he didn't feel Cage and Joe. I don't know, man. I didn't feel this one. Like this wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Like, bro, this should be on the marquee of a pay per view. And when I watched it yesterday, I'm like, whew,
I'm glad
I'm
you. So basically, you're glad they left it where it is and not put it on the pay per view.
bro, honestly, if I got that match, that specific match at the pay per view, man, I would have been happy. Yeah, man, I
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
I, I believe because Joe is. I think Joe's not even who he needs. Joe's not even who he was 5 years ago. Too
Yeah,
many injuries. Um, I just think that Joe, as much as he wants to kind of have that last little run, he's got to change up his style. Joe's been his style is so reckless. I mean, you're doing suicide dives to the outside. Like, dude, you do a lot of stuff that big men your size don't do,
yeah,
and you've been doing it with reckless abandonment for a long time, and it's finally catching up. I just
Right.
feel like he's got to change up who he is, but that's who he is. He's Samoa Joe, but I think he's getting to that wind down point where he's it's more about the nostalgia. You respect who he is, you respect what he's done. Those of us who've been able to watch Joe come up and not just watch Samoa Joe from WWE to now, uh,
Right.
but those who actually watched him through Ring of Honor and Impact, and even when he was in WWE, before he got moved up to the main roster, I'll say that because his NXT run was pretty good, especially
Yeah.
the matches he had with Finn Balor. My God, the matches he had with Finn Balor. Uh, so, but I feel like the reckless abandonment that he's kind of played with and wrestled with for so long has just finally caught up. So
Yeah.
even when we look at the Warlord Cage match, was it the most technical match? No, but they were doing some nice stuff, and it you saw the strength of both guys. And then this one, man, you saw that one guy is definitely at the tail end, and you hate to see him here because we Joe's gonna kill you, and it's just like, oh, I know Samoa Joe's about to go out here and give somebody some. So I just, me personally, I feel like it's just catching up, man, and he can't go. It's almost the Jericho effect,
Yeah.
but I think injury plays a bigger part for Joe than age, because Joe is a lot younger than Chris Jericho, but I truly feel like injury played a part. So it's kind of wish Khan would go WWE style and release a bunch of talent so they can focus on. Yeah, I in a way they kind of do need to do that too. Uh, but we'll man, we'll see, Fro, man. We'll see, man. But I feel like Tony. I think Tony knows this. I want to believe that Tony is paying attention to what WWE is doing. Even if you want to say, oh, finally, but Triple H was doing this in NXT. What he's doing in NXT is what in WWE main roster is what he was doing in NXT, and he was
Right.
doing it before AEW and during AEW. So as much as AEW want to stay that fresh, kind of surprising element that they are, there are some things they need to not copy, but they need to put more of a focus and more structured around, and then
Yeah.
keep going forward. Um, I like that the Acclaim has gotten a nice little run. Knew someone new. Uh, MJF is someone new, but he's finally being pushed to where people think where not think, but where we want him to be. Um, you got a guy like Jungle Boy who's taking the next level in his singles run. I want them to do a little bit more and stop playing the injury angle so much, but it is what it is. But Christian Cage is hurt right now, so that's the reason why this is still going on, and they can't blow this off because they were supposed to blow this off, I believe, at All Out. This was
Yeah.
supposed to have been done at All Out, but Cage got hurt, so they couldn't do it then. Um, Darby's still doing his thing, and they and Daniel Garcia is doing his thing. You got a nice little core of young talent that is coming up, and you see the veterans that are definitely putting them out there. Um, but I still agree with Fro. Though there is some good things, there are some things that they could do a little better on.
No,
And with
absolutely.
that being, oh, go ahead. Go
No, no,
ahead.
no. I was agreeing. I was agreeing.
Oh, but with that though, man, like I said, man, that's the end of the show. Not a bad Dynamite, man. I give it a midpoint too. You had quite a few title matches. You had, and then of course, man, like I said, man, you got Shibata. We got the match. I believe we were supposed to get at Forbidden Door. I believe we were supposed to get this match at Forbidden Door. Was that the match we were supposed to get? This was the guy that he was supposed to fight at Forbidden Door,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
forgot why
yeah.
it didn't happen, but yeah,
Okay, so they made up for it, and we're gonna get this match this Friday. So I hope Tony gives it to me in the main event. Don't start the show. I mean, if it start the show, that's fine, but I'd rather it be the main event of the night. But with that being said, bro, Friday night block party tomorrow, man, and then I guess Saturday we're gonna still have a Crown Jewel show where Performance Center. Uh, I don't know if the time frame changes because it's not going if it's going to be in the performance center, they're not going to be in a different time zone. So I wonder if they're going to still do it at 12. Just in, yeah, they might still do it at 12. Who knows? But regardless of that, we're going to do a prediction show tomorrow. We're going to have our We're gonna have a triple Friday night block party for y'all. We're gonna do our thing. Franchise, any parting words before we go?
Real quick, man, real quick. Leo asked for franchise's word of the day.
Oh
The word
shit.
of
God damn it, Leo. You got to warn me, man, when you gonna when you go to actually I need to be prepared for this shit.
franchise's word of the day is family. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I as always enjoy doing the show with my family. Today, too cold to night. Hey, look, we tired. I can't even give you the shenanigans today because I'm so sleepy. So with that being said, I
Yeah,
just want to say,
long week.
brother, it's always been an honor and a privilege to do this thing with you, Fro, Brad, Kev, everybody that tuned in, Leo, everybody.
Leo.
Thank you for tuning in. Like my man said, tomorrow we got a triple block party coming to you. We got them prediction shows with a Saudi prediction show. Then we got, of course, our Rampage and
Now
SmackDown,
that
our
they actually gonna
usual.
have it.
Yeah. So, we got a lot going on tomorrow. So I saved the shenanigans for tomorrow. But this ain't my show. This is my guy's show. So I'm going to let him
I
sign off.
wonder I wonder if SmackDown was gonna be taped tomorrow, or were they
SmackDown,
gonna? Because when was
SmackDown is taped. They tape SmackDown
okay?
tomorrow.
Because so it's a good chance they could have been over there already now and decided, nah, we about to leave this bitch and we going back home.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, damn, like 'cause I know SmackDown's usually taped the Friday before they go because they got to travel, they got to get time to travel
that
and
long
get
ass
through.
flight.
And well, it's not just the flight, man; it's the security and all that they got to go through and they got to get to the palace. Look, this is the reason why they had to cancel it from going over there because they shit be going on over there. So no, I was kind of wondering. I'm like, it's not live. No, it's gonna be taped tomorrow. So, but I wonder if they had left. That was my thing. I'm like, I wonder if they had left and then I don't know, stopped halfway. I don't know where and turned around and said, yeah, you know what? Nah, we just gonna go ahead and go back. But regardless, now that we know we got a show Saturday, we're gonna definitely got to do the prediction show. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. We appreciate you. Uh, hey, we'll do what we do.
Peace.